Hawaii Tsunami Alert. M7.4 earthquake off Russia prompts and cancels watch. Imagine the sudden rush of anxiety when a massive earthquake shakes the earth halfway around the world, and it puts places like Hawaii on high alert for a potential tsunami. But in this case, the worry didn't last long, bringing a wave of relief to residents. Let's dive into what happened with that 7.4 magnitude earthquake off Russia's Kamchatka coast and why the tsunami watch for Hawaii was quickly called off. It all started when the earthquake hit at 8:49 p.m. Hawaii time. At first, officials reported it as a 7.5 magnitude, but after some quick checks, they revised it down to 7.4. This tremor was far away, in the Pacific Ocean near Russia's eastern shores, but its size was enough to trigger concerns. Just 14 minutes later, at 9:03 p.m., a tsunami watch was issued for Hawaii. However, by 9:42 p.m., the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center had analyzed all the incoming data and decided there was no real threat, leading to the watch being canceled. That's less than an hour from start to finish, a rapid turnaround that shows how technology and science work together to keep people safe. But here's where it gets a bit more intriguing. The scientists at the warning center rely on preliminary seismic data right after an earthquake to make these critical calls. They look at factors like the quake size, depth, and location to figure out if it could spawn a tsunami. For example, earthquakes under the ocean floor can displace water and create massive waves, but in this instance, the data showed no such risk for Hawaii. And this is the part most people miss. These evaluations aren't set in stone. They're updated in real time as more information comes in, which can change the alert level quickly. Now, to help you understand the different tsunami alert levels, let's break them down simply, especially if you're new to this. Think of them as a step-by-step warning system, kind of like weather alerts for storms. A tsunami watch is the first step. It's issued when there's a possibility that a tsunami could form, based on the earthquake's characteristics. At this stage, it's all about preparation. You might want to gather your emergency kit or check evacuation routes, just in case things escalate. If more data suggests a real danger, it could be upgraded to an advisory or a warning. A tsunami advisory steps it up a notch. This happens when there's a chance of strong currents or waves that could be hazardous, but it's not expected to cause massive flooding. For instance, imagine waves crashing harder than usual at the beach, which could sweep people off their feet, but not destroy entire coastal areas. The key advice here is to steer clear of the water and coastal zones to avoid any risks. Then there's the tsunami warning, which is the most serious level. This is when significant flooding and powerful currents are expected or already happening, potentially leading to widespread damage. A good example might be the 2011 Japan tsunami, where entire communities were inundated. In such cases, immediate action is crucial, like evacuating to higher ground without delay. And this is the part that could spark some debate. While these alert systems are incredibly advanced, relying on quick decisions made in minutes, some people wonder if there's always enough time to gather all the facts. Could false alarms or rapid cancellations sometimes lead to complacency? Or is the speed a lifesaver in preventing panic? It's worth thinking about how these systems balance caution with efficiency. To stay prepared, it's smart to know if you're in a tsunami evacuation zone. If you're unsure, you can check an interactive map online to see your area's risk level. It's an easy step that could make all the difference in an emergency. For more tips on getting ready, there's a helpful article on how to prepare for a tsunami in Hawaii that you might want to read. So, what do you think? Does the quick cancellation of this watch make you feel more confident in our monitoring systems, or does it raise questions about how we handle these high-stakes situations? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear if you agree or have a different take. Tsunami threat ends. Major quakes off Russia's Pacific coast. Kamchatka earthquake update. Imagine the sheer terror of a massive 7.4 magnitude earthquake striking just off the coast, followed by the chilling news that a tsunami could be heading your way. For the 180,000 residents of Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky and surrounding coastal areas in Russia's Far East, this was the heart-stopping reality they faced on Sunday, July 20th, 2025. A powerful series of 5 significant quakes rattled the seabed off the Kamchatka Peninsula, culminating in a major seismic event that registered a formidable 7.4 on the magnitude scale. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, this primary quake originated a mere 20 kilometers, about 12 miles, beneath the ocean floor. This shallow depth is critical because it means the Earth's movement has a much higher potential to displace a massive column of water above it, generating the very waves that form a destructive tsunami. The epicenter was located 144 kilometers, or 89 miles, east of the peninsula's main city, close enough to trigger immediate and widespread alarm. And this is the part most people miss. It wasn't just one jolt. Russian state media, citing local geological experts, reported that a swarm of over 24 aftershocks continued to ripple through the region, though their intensity thankfully began to fade over time. Initially, the situation looked dire. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, PTWC, issued an urgent alert, warning of th.